In this video, I'm going to talk about a deceptive marketing tactic that you've probably fell for yourself. You've probably bought a product with one of these and not even realized that this is what sold you. This is what got you to whip out that credit card and buy. And the thing is that by the end of this video, I think you'll find that this video is almost more about ethics and selling than it is about how to do the tactic. I'll talk about how to do this, but I also want to talk about should you do this? And this is the type of thing that I personally enjoy thinking about and exploring quite a lot. And I feel like I think about it a lot. So I have some strong views and I want to explore that with you. And then you can think about ways of using a potentially shady tactic like this in the light, using it in a way that is ultimately win-win for everybody. First off, shout out to Drew Sanaki. He is a great person in the e-commerce space to follow. This is where I first heard of this idea probably 3-4 years ago. And he is a great guy, by the way. I'm not meaning to say he is a deceptive marketer. He is a genius and he puts out a ton of good stuff. I don't know if he has been as much lately. I haven't seen as much coming from him. He's very busy with some businesses, but there's a lot of great content out there from Drew Sanaki. And I'll also give a shout out to Stephen Black, who amazing marketer. I'll link his Facebook group down below. He mentioned this recently again, which got me thinking about it again. And he's also a great guy, but he understands these types of things as well. So what I'm talking about is a discount ladder. And I'm going to talk about what it is, how it could potentially be implemented. And then I want to talk about what's wrong with it. So this would typically be done through a series of emails. It could be done through retargeting and Facebook ads anywhere. It's typically not going to be something you're doing just through Amazon. There's really no way of doing it there. But what it is that you're offering discounts and going deeper and deeper as you go. And this could be implemented at all different stages of the funnel. But let's imagine that you sign up to my website for succulent planters, okay? Let's say I have an e-commerce website for succulent planters. And these will be hypothetical numbers, by the way. These are not set in stone, but I'm gonna use some easy numbers just so it's easy for me to make up on the fly. Let's say on the website, it says, sign up for 10% off, put in your email, and we'll give you a 10% off code to use. So that's really step one of the ladder. You're just starting off with a discount right there to get them into the funnel. Maybe there was a different way you got them into the email, but let's just use that one as the example. So your first base is, here's 10% off to use at my store. Now here's where the ladder and the real strategy actually comes in. Let's say 2 days later, somebody buys from the store, they use the 10% off coupon. Great, they go off into all their other buckets of marketing, whatever it is that you're doing on a broader scale. Now, on the other hand, let's say somebody does not buy yet. So they have the 10% off. It's been 5 days. Maybe you're reminding them that they have 10% off along this time. But maybe at 5 days, you say, last chance, you know what? Here's 15% off. And, you know, that's a better offer than 10% off. So now this customer has the chance to get 15% off. And look, this is a customer that didn't buy straight away. They didn't buy when you gave them the 10% off. So you're like, here's 15% off. And you're seeing if they buy. And some of these customers might go ahead and buy with the 15% off. And of course, some will not. And the ladder continues. 5 days, whatever later, maybe you're saying, I see you didn't buy. Last chance special offer, 20% off, you know, this week only. And then you're seeing how many of these people buy. Again, same as the last example. And yet again, some may buy, some will not. And let's say you take it one more step on the ladder. You say, last chance, you'll never hear of an offer from us again. 25% off, ends tomorrow. Here's the code, take it or leave it. And for the sake of this example, that is the last step of this ladder. So after that, you're basically assuming this person is not taking this welcome series discount and they're going off somewhere else. Not that you're done with them, you know, you'll probably continue with newsletters and other marketing and future sales and things like that, but they're at least a failure in terms of this initial sequence. And so on this deepest discount, you're getting people 25% off, which is obviously much better than 0% off, much better than 10% off. So you're getting people that are buying this that weren't going to buy anyways at full price, 10% off. You get the idea, right? These are people that, I mean, maybe some of them would have, but they just happened to wait long enough until they got a better offer. But some of them were just not going to buy. So then you give them a better offer, you see if they buy. Some of them don't buy. So then you give them an even better offer and you see if they buy. And you're sweetening the deal for the people that are not buying and trying to get these people that weren't buying anyways to buy anyways. And so it's pretty obvious that this is immensely effective. I don't think I need to get into that too much, because you can imagine just from your own consumer perspective that, you know, if you're signing up to something that you're interested in potentially buying, and then you're thinking about it, and then they give you a better offer, and you're still thinking about it. At some point, whether you jump in at stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, it's getting a little bit better. And obviously you're not getting the future offers if you already bought in. That is the key. Meaning wherever you bought in, you think that's the best offer because it just got better than it was. So the offer gets better. Then you jump in, you think, oh, I just got this 15% off instead of 10% off. I'm so glad I waited a few days. But then the next guy is thinking, oh, I'm so glad I got 20% off instead of 15% off. I'm so glad I waited a week. And so on up until the 25% at the end. And this strategy is genius, and a lot of really world-class e-commerce websites, you know, major brands use this and utilize this. It's great, it's very effective, but here's why I hate it. And look, I feel like I need an extra little disclaimer here, because I get it. Those customers that are taking the 25% off weren't your main customers anyways. You might as well take those scraps. I fully understand that argument. So what I hate about this is you're incentivizing your worst customers and you're punishing your best customers. So who are your best customers? Your best customers love you. They roll right up to your website. The product is exactly what they wanted. Looks great, fantastic, add to cart, buy. 0 discount, or in the sake of my example, the 10% off discount, right? Now this person, they just put a lot of trust into your business. They found you right away. They trust you, they love you, everything is great. Yet you just gave them the worst deal, right? Now on the other hand, this straggler, this person that was just, you know, wasn't even sure, was whatever, you know, they put in their email, then they left. They were just trying to see what was out there basically. And 2 weeks later, they end up with this 25% off in their email that they weren't even expecting. And then they buy. And again, that's great. You wouldn't have got that customer anyways, most likely. So that's why it works really well. And from the e-commerce owner perspective, this is obviously a fantastic strategy. But from the ethical side, from the consumer side, the more the person doesn't buy, the more you're incentivizing them to buy. So at any stage when they leave this funnel because they bought, they are taking the current discount and leaving a future better discount off the table because they bought too early. And sure, if you have this set up right, the customers shouldn't really know everything else that was going on anyways, but something about it just doesn't feel right to be giving these better discounts to the people who are not buying, because you're giving more incentive to the people who are not taking the action right away, and you're just like following up with this extra discount rather than the people that actually just wanted to buy it in the first place. And I'm sure there are ways you could get really creative with this and make it more ethical and still effective, but the truth is as I'm thinking about this right now, I mean, the most effective way to do this is the way I described. Little bit more discount, little bit more discount, bit more discount, final discount, and you're out. And that is the way that it is still a bit unethical as I see it. I'm weird. I think about these things a little bit too much probably, but that doesn't sit very well with me. By the way, at this point in the video, I'd be really curious in the comments if you guys even agree with me at all on this ethical side, or if you just think I'm crazy and you're just implementing everything from the first part of this video right now, which I wouldn't fault you for. I just think it's important to, you know, wake up and think about this a little bit at the same time too. And so if there's a broader takeaway from this video, it's this. It's that there's a lot of tactical, practical marketing strategies, types of things that work, that are effective. And a lot of them suck too. A lot of them have other factors that are less obvious that you should still think about. And I think it's really important to think about ethics and entrepreneurship. It's just something I enjoy thinking about quite a bit, because I just think there's a lot of, not just in, I talk a lot about the Amazon space or the course space or like all these things. And I just think it's important to think about this stuff. And a big reason I feel that is because the customer smells it, right? Like you just know, you just get a vibe for, when you walk into a store, or the same way online. It's just a vibe, and it's just a feeling, and it's a certain type of trust and vulnerability that you're giving to this business. So I think it's important as entrepreneurs, as business owners, to take that responsibility seriously. And if you enjoyed this video, please do help the YouTube algorithm, smash the like button, subscribe to this channel, and hit the bell so you'll be notified when I post again. Drop comments on this video. Check out in the description, I have a weekly newsletter. It is not a spammy internet marketer newsletter. This is something that I curate. I put entrepreneurial thoughts or things that I'm interested in, really enjoyed that week. It can be a bit all over the place, but my goal with it is that it's worth your time and it's something you can sit down and enjoy reading, not just be, bombarded like a typical email marketer newsletter. It's not that. So don't get afraid. Just sign up. I think you'll really enjoy it. So thanks for watching this video, and see you soon.